Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video. This one is a video specifically for the Omi holders and people who have actually been spreading the FUD around the community and things like that. Not really taking the time to understand the project. I think one of the biggest issues in the community is people overthink very, very simple things. And I think it's the crypto space as a whole, because it's so uncertain, because it's new. People overthink really, really simple things. Like I really have been given the best example since I've come into the community. If if the bear market is really going to be that impactful to Omi, what happens during a bear market if Pokemon gets dropped? That one example has been undisputable from the beginning, and it's as simple as that's as simple as you need it to be. But people really start to no crypto has ever done that. This has never happened. Like, everything gets impacted in the bear market. Like, people sit here and overanalyze. If Pokemon gets dropped, it's going up regardless of anything going on, any other factor. That is Pokemon. Put some respect on Pokemon. So what you have to understand is that the power of licensing is more powerful than any new cycle that was just created with the invention of crypto. These cycles did not exist when Pokemon was out here dominating. So do you really think that Pokemon is going to play within the parameters of industry that didn't even exist? Pokemon is going to blow directly through that industry. But I mean, this is common sense for anybody who actually takes the time to think about it with an open mind. Like, don't already have the closed crypto mindset, because crypto is not king, regardless of what you want to think. Licensing is king. Pokemon is king. Now, obviously, Pokemon has not been confirmed yet. But Marvel wasn't confirmed either when we were using Marvel examples and talking about Marvel a lot. So I'm just saying, you saw what Marvel did. Look at the impact Marvel had, man. But anyway, let's jump into it. Let's finish off hearing what Reese had to say, because Reese actually dove into the token a little bit more and said some very important things here. So let's get into it.
Like, who knows if they make it through, you know? And look, I'd like to compare that. We're little guys. We've managed to build this, you know, through blood, sweat, and tears. Then you've got a company like EOS, and not to rag on anyone, but like, they raised $2 billion, $2 billion, and even they couldn't deliver a product. You know, they're like, nothing that's user friendly. So like, yeah, when you really have that perspective of the industry at large, and what it takes to build a business, what it takes to build a business in a new and emerging idea, you know, and to get to this point is that's exceptional, you know, and we're going to see how it plays out in the crypto bear market. But really, that's, you know, in the next few months with mainstream awareness, we onboard more users, it creates that market and that velocity for the token. You add in the staking, you have the burning, you have the buybacks. Like, there's an ongoing demand that is rewarding you. And I guess this is the fundamental point of difference. We have a real product.
That is what people are failing to realize when it comes to these projects. They are comparing Veve to a bunch of projects out here that make nothing but promises. They have all promises, and while they may be working on things, Veve not only has a product, but an extremely successful product. Veve is not going to stop being successful. Yes, the utility and things like that have not been added in yet, but that is why the token is not moving. The utility is not added in yet. The utility is just in the plans. But the difference between Veve and any other company, and why this token is trusted more, can be trusted more than others, is because they are literally taking steps before your eyes, keeping you informed every step of the way, and doing what they say that they're going to do. This is what Veve has been doing from the beginning. And I think people are now just starting to realize this. Everything is doing what it's doing in the bear market because it has nothing to combat the current state of crypto. It's a bunch of tokens with empty promises, or cryptos with just empty promises right now. Obviously, like, Veve has what, like 30 million in sales? 30 million in sales already. It's not a broken promise. It's a product. It's a product that's constantly being made better, and a very, very successful product coming straight out the gate. Come on now. You have to really differentiate. So like, if you really put your mind around it, if you can really wrap your mind around it, Veve is not the same. It's not comparable to other cryptos. It really has never been comparable to other cryptos. And you have to be able to take your head away from the crypto space and what's normal in the crypto space and realize the difference in what makes Veve different from anything in the crypto space and what would really make it so the bear market doesn't actually impact this. And this is basically what Reese is actually listing out right now. But he obviously he's not going to come out and say, "Oh, it's 100% confirmed. Like we're bear market proof." No, all he can say is it was built resistant. It was built resistance for the bear market, taking that into consideration because they have been not only studying for Veve, they have been studying crypto as well. Their tokenomics is proof of this. So I mean, I don't know. A lot of people couldn't see it because a lot of people have been blinded for the longest. But hopefully, some blinders are starting to come off now. Hopefully, some blinders are coming off.
You know, we have a thing that you can.
There
enjoy.
is a product.
There is a product, you know, and the fact that the token is affected by the sales of a real product, just, you know, that we're in the 1% of crypto projects, you know, that have something, and we're probably in the 0.1% of projects that have any potential of making it into the mainstream.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is honestly this is when I was saying how it was going to be resistant to the bear market and how it would be bear market proof back before I was as knowledgeable about the project as I am right now. This has always just been something that was obvious to me because you compare it to other cryptos, it's like product, strong team, constantly proving themselves, licensing. What's going that's been my mindset from the very start. People were scared about the bear market. Oh, everything follows Bitcoin. Not if Pokemon gets released and we're on exchange. Like if we get listed on exchanges and Pokemon gets released, I don't care what Bitcoin is doing. Because the difference between Bitcoin is that it does not have 100 of the most powerful brands in the world promoting Bitcoin. Veve can have 100 of the most powerful brands in the world promoting it, and once they add this utility in, that is going to promote Omi. So Omi is going to get nonstop promotion. And also, by the way, they also said they're going to be doing a whole campaign dedicated to marketing Omi. So Omi is going to have its whole marketing rollout. So not only that, like this is just the difference, man. It's different levels here. So you really got to understand what Veve is offering, and this is why a lot of people are securing the investment, because there is a lot of us who understand this. There's a lot of people who already understand this. A lot of people who get it, but I think that now that they're opening up and talking about this stuff more people are actually finally going to get it. More people are going to get it, like, because I know a lot of people, like the things that I say, people just chalk it up to me being a Omi hype man. And in reality, no, it's just that I listen unbiased. Or I'm unbiased when I listen. I'm not emotional. I'm emotionally invested in the project, but I'm not emotional about the project. And that's the thing. This is just another investment for me at the end of the day. I'm not going to do anything stupid with Omi like I wouldn't do anything stupid with a different investment. It's just my mindset now. But I do really believe in this project because of how solid the facts of it are. And that's why I always like to try to bring you all the facts. And I mean, it's very, very important.
Yeah.
You know, because and that's what the vision has always been, right? We built it that way. We've got the licenses. We're attracting the fans, so that the ecosystem runs regardless of the crypto market. You know?
Yeah, I think people don't really understand just, you know, to get into the mainstream, because crypto as a whole is relatively new. A lot of these, you know, massive companies, they've seen what's been happening in the media with the meme coins and stuff. They're quite like, you know, kind of cautious around crypto as a whole. And the fact that, you know, we had Marvel literally just post about Ecomi yesterday, that just sent shockwaves. And I think, you know, even if you go for a bear market, the collectibles, the NFTs, they're going to carry on selling. You know, just today, we were in the kind of one of the Ecomi chats, and we're like, hey, that Superman that was 100 gems a day ago is 200 gems. And then we checked again 10 minutes later, it's at 220 gems to floor. And it just kept going up. And then the death, you know, we obviously went through a cycle where people kind of were just flipping it. They bought in, they dumped it on the market. And then today we were looking and it's like, hey, the floor went from like 120 gems to 300 gems now. It's like appreciated a lot. And I think that was partly to do with the Marvel news. I'm pretty sure that must have brought in some new users or some old users that kind of stopped using it. They brought them back. Because the floor prices and everything's just been going up on VV. The Ritmo, I was so happy I finally got Ritmo, and it was like the cheapest one on the market. It was like 730 gems. I was like, I don't care about the mint, I just want my animated unicorn. And yeah, I checked again, like literally just now, similar mint, about 130 gems more than what I had paid, and this was in the span of less than a week. So
that's
I can
crazy,
kind of see the collectible side just going up.
Yeah, exactly right. And really, brands like Marvel help us introduce the collectible side of this to more audiences, right? And people, that brings in collectors who already understand the value propositions of it.
And also, let me point out this: like, people are talking about are not factoring in the fact that, like, and when it comes down to the secondary market, those prices, like, the things may not always be realistic. What happens with collectibles, what happens with comics and things like that, so especially when they add the comics tab and things like that in, these things go up and sell for insane amounts of money. Like, it wouldn't be surprising to see things start to sell for 100,000 at some point, depending on what it is. So, like, this is another reason why I say these calculations, it's very, very difficult to calculate certain things, because the thing is, this is the collectibles industry, this is the comic book industry. A lot of these things are insanely valuable to the point where then you have paintings and artwork and stuff like that. So you already know those can sell for hundreds of millions sometimes. So I'm not saying that anything like it will be that valuable on VV, but obviously the goal of this is to replace, or not to replace, but I mean, kind of like replace like traditional collecting and things like that. This is the goal of this. This is not like just for play. VV is not the play thing, and then the real world is the real world. No, this is meant to be a replacement, not necessarily a replacement for the real world, but exist alongside it to the point where everything is digital, and this becomes like the main thing. So VV can potentially become the main thing one day. And then all these hundreds of millions of dollars worth of value that these crazy billionaires are paying for certain things, VV could be where they shop for these things. So what you got to understand is that this industry, like, people think very, very small about this industry. Obviously, VV themselves can't say things like this. They can't say that because they have to keep realistic expectations. They're running a business. They can't say, okay, we can luck up and somebody gonna spend 100 million on our platform and we're set. We're like this. We're set. It's just an instant success at that point. They have to stay realistic, have goals, targets, deadlines, and things like that. They have to run this like an actual business. You can't look at finances. You just do your job, do the best you can do, and try to target all the problems that come up. But yeah, people don't really realize how big this could be. When you say like this, like the token will have to pass Ethereum, this will have to be worth this will have to be worth that. People don't realize that it is not unrealistic that VV could be one of the most valuable things on the fucking planet. Because all these industries that they're combining in, especially if they get the gaming right in the next 5 to 10 years, because gaming does not have to be a huge aspect right now. They're showing you right now that's what the collectibles do. Then when the comic books come in, you'll know what that does. If they can dominate gaming at some point, even if it's 10 years from now, and then gaming is a new space for VV to dominate and take over, you don't know how far this can go, man. And they're building it for longevity. That's the best part about it. They're building it for longevity. So, yeah, I mean, it's so much potential here. But let's see what else they're talking about.
And probably motivates people that have these things to stop flipping them for now, in anticipation of a bigger user base coming in. You know, now I still think the free market will decide that. If you are actually trying to sell something, but you've set it at 10,000 gems and nobody's buying it, well, eventually you're going to lower the price until someone buys it. But yeah, I just think people are starting to wake up to the potential of these assets, the future of the platform, all of those things, which is very gratifying, you know, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah, you can say you guys were there first.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, like, this industry is only going to continue to grow outside of, you know, like the collectibles we're doing, like the NFT industry. Everything's going to be an NFT. in 10 years, or represented by an NFT, you know, and I think a lot of that is going to take place on Immutable. You know, they're really set up for it and building for that future. So even to be moving there is really awesome. But for all of us who understand it already, even if it's this pop culture way of getting into the NFT ecosystem, like we've got such a leg up on this technology, you know, and as you said before, the crypto ecosystem, although it's growing, is maybe like 5% penetration globally. And then the NFT ecosystem within that is probably like 0.5% globally, or you know, like people that are aware of it. So there's so much room for growth, and to be positioned as leaders in the industry already. Yeah, and I think we're in for a good few years. That's what I'll say there.
Yeah, that's some really, really exciting stuff to hear. Like, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty sure everyone else who's watching is really excited as well.
So there we have it, man. Reese attacking with some solid points again, man. Really informing and letting everybody know and really see the vision that they have. I think that this is actually very well said. I mean, because obviously I understand the vision along with a lot of other people who understand the vision, but I feel like this interview here, it has the questions, like that's why you got to give K his credit. The questions led to some of the most valuable information being condensed into one video that we have seen in the community thus far. Like as many AMAs and things that they have, like all for the most part, it's always a bunch of horrible. Like it's not horrible, but you know, it's like okay, interesting. It wasn't a complete waste of my hour or two. It's like, but this is like, okay, it's valuable, value gem after gem after gem. And some people might not even catch the amount of value that's in this, but that's why I'm making my video, so you can really understand the amount of value that's in this if you are missing it. So let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, Joe.